Alrighty, everybody. Today is the day we start Velious. I know I'm a little more excited, I guess, than probably you are, but I want to play Velious. We knocked out Kunark. We did the Vishan's Peak. We did not get Faradar. Not super surprised there in some solo self-found gear. But let's check out some of the Velious stuff. So the first thing I want to do is probably hit up Velks Lab. Velks Lab is a fan favorite of mine. I love Velks Lab. And it'd be a good spot, hopefully, for us to tag in some new gear. If not, at least maybe a new haste. I think they have some pretty good gloves here. And there's some pretty cool stuff towards the end, and I want to see if we can kill Velks. So we'll do a non-respawning. Ooh, I'm in another one. Skyfire, okay. I did start my Bard Epic and went through the motions on that. A lot of running around. And we're talking not fun running around, like going from one end of the plains to the other and then back and then blah, blah. But I did get the Symphony Page 24, the Symphony Page 24 top. I got a Drake Gut, Worm Gut, and Chromo Drac Gut, as well as Burning Embers for, you know, in case I want, you know, a mage later on or something, I guess. But, gotta kill Track. Gotta get Track Guts. So let's get through these spiders over here, and let's go up to where the named are. See if we can't find ourselves something cool. Crystallize. Not crystallize, like crystal, like eyeballs. Yeah, anyways. I'm doing this video because I'm getting sick and tired of working on my Jeep. Trying to get the spark plugs out of that makes me want to just boycott everything Chrysler makes. So I'm coming inside to take a break because air conditioning and EverQuest, that's a for sure way to get your mood better. Getting quite the collection of eggs again. I'm leveling up this Dragon Hero Bracer because this thing looks awesome. 20 strength, all those saves and attack, which is going to go up once it gets to legendary, obviously. So looking forward to that. Crystal Chitin Gauntlets. Please tell me that. Wow. So strength 10. What do we got here? So it'll have 40 AC. Pretty good stats here for mana. 10 strength. Gonna lose the dex though. I think we should take him though. Lots of spider silk. Who'd have thought from all the spiders? Okay, so there should be another named up here, but there is not. I'm going to try to go upstairs first to the castle, and then we'll work on going back downstairs to like all of the kobolds and things like that afterwards. I don't really want to go to the kobolds first. Not only is it like a maze down there, but I really don't like having to fight all the casters and the backstabbers and Didn't mean to do that. Be careful here, it gets icy. It can be frustrating if you fall, because if you fall, you can't get back up without like porting out of the zone. Which isn't that big of a deal here, because you can just bizarre and back it or whatever, but it was really bad back in the day if you were just like a monk or something like that. There we go. At least one name. Two names are up. Awesome. See, that's way better. I thought we were only going to get like one named out of this whole clobber of mobs, but... Yeah, my Jeep started misfiring on cylinder 5 and cylinder 3 at the same time. So it was like driving a lawnmower golf cart down the highway. And then I went by AutoZone, got all the stuff to repair everything, and got home, took off the intake manifold, took off the air intake, all that stuff to get to the spark plugs because whoever designed it crazy. And then found out that they gave me the wrong spark plugs. So now I had to send the wife to get the spark plugs because I was about to just throw the Jeep in the lake. But I figured, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go play some EverQuest. Play some Velious. Cobalt Jester's Crown. Oh, well that looks awful. Spotter for no. Oh. Shimmering Terrorhide boots. No, I think mine are better. Yeah, these are better. Perfect. Perfect. So I thought there was going to be a big difficulty curve heading into Velious, and I'm almost 100% positive that you're not going to find that difficulty curve rolling into Velks Lab. So, but yeah, everything so far seems to be very easy still. But we'll see what Velks does. If I go down there and he just like folds me up, then we'll see. Should be okay. I think he's a wizard though, so when it comes to those wizards, I really don't like to count my cards until the fight's over, because a bunch of ice comets later, you'll be wishing that you didn't underestimate them. So I think I'm going to get this next, I believe. It's going to give me more chance to double attack in any round. I didn't realize Bard gave so many good melee AAs, but they really do. They give one that does extra attacks anytime you riposte. They give one that does, obviously, the double attack one we just showed. They have quite a bit of good melee. I'm guessing it's because their melee kind of sucks. So they wanted to like boost it up, but pairing that up with something that melee doesn't suck, like a Berserker and an SK, they really come out on top. Like I really feel like they got like a pretty good bonus there. On top of all the songs, of course, and everything. I mean, it's a good little combo. But 5 times 5 obviously is 25. So I mean, I got to get 25 more AAs to do that. So. We could also get Savage Spirit. I use Savage Spirit almost every boss, or at least the hard bosses, so that one would be good too. I don't know that Silo's Sonata is actually a benefit on the server. They pretty much always have like the speed buff up. I guess if that ever, you know, goes away. Oh, that's right. We need to get Tactical Mastery too to get rid of people's defenses, like riposte, dodge, block, that kind of stuff. I thought that there was something. Leech Touch, there we go. So I need to get that too. I need to get that because it like is almost like an instant heal pop. Just like the harm touch. So it's almost like a double harm touch if you use that and then harm touch. So that's really good for like if a mob gets to, or a boss gets to like 20% and you're not feeling like it's faring in your direction, or they're about to hit like a really hard rampage or something. You can scope those. Especially if your other disciplines are down or something like that. Alright, so this is not where I wanted to go. Let me see. Okay. Maybe it's here. Yeah, there we go. We'll get rid of these. We'll fight the experiment. And then Velks himself should be up here to the right. And then we can fight Dojin Nagasamalariamar, or whatever his name is, that has like the big axe. I forget his name. It's something like that. Dang, those would have been good if they had any kind of other stats. Alright, he's got a book. Oh, oops. Man. That's one bad thing about Bard is I'm used to just like moving if you want to like cancel a spell because you didn't mean to hit it or something. With Bard, you can move and cast at the same time, so it's like, well, looks like we're doing this. Yeah, this isn't a challenge at all. We'll go and try the other, like the city. I think it's called Kale. We'll try the city and see if the difficulty level there is any higher. He's definitely got the HP though. I mean, we're definitely seeing the HP spike. But the boss is here versus... I mean, I think that this guy's got more HP than some of those dragons did in Vashon's Peak. That's one thing that you'll see a lot of complaints about Lukelin is the boss is just, it becomes an endurance battle. Like, it's not really that they have anything that throws you for a loop or anything, you know, like mechanics wise or like that. Not that EverQuest really has a ton of boss mechanics anyways, other than like things spawning in. But yeah, it's like they took all the mechanics away and just gave them a tremendously high health pool. So it's not how good you are at that point or whatever. It's literally how much you can take a beating and heal through it. Which I think is where a lot of the melee classes really suffer, is you really just can't pump out that much damage while staying alive. Like, whereas before you could just do a tremendous amount of damage and you could overwhelm the bosses. Whenever you get into Lukeland, it almost seems like they just have so much HP. No matter how much damage you're doing, you're taking that damage as well. So unless you've got some form of leech or a high-end heal or something like that, you're going to need some other utility to keep going with it. We may find the end of this character there. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't really have any heal other than the leech. And with that being as RNG as it's been. Have to see. Stack that dex. Get them procs. Oh, by the way, if the wife decides not to play the duo self-found with me, do I have any volunteers out there that would have kind of like a more open-ish schedule to be able to play a duo self-found and only play together, like only play whenever we get online, that kind of things together, to keep everything documented so nobody thinks that like we cheated and went and like bought a bunch of stuff. I would be very much open to doing that with somebody. Again, I think that the wife may not have the time that I'm really wanting to do it. I really want to hit all the content, get to end game, the kind of stuff that doesn't seem to be as interesting to her as it is to me. So let's roll back this way. We're going to jump down this time, and I'll show you guys the kobolds, and of course the bosses here at the end of Velks Lab on the subsection. So let's go ahead and fading out. Let's start with the kobolds down here. So you'll notice by the map over here that this is a giant maze down here. Really not, like I said, not real conducive to coming down here and just wanting to have fun. Like, unless you were coming down here with a full group before, you would get overwhelmed like crazy. A lot of them are healers. They heal through the walls whenever you're not even engaging that healer. There's all kinds of craziness that happens. So I never liked coming down here at all. I hated it. And then when you're done with the kobolds, you get like ice specters and crazy spiders that backstab and stuff like that. Now, if you were an enchanter, you could charm the spider and it turned into, I mean, literally your enchanter now became top DPS in the zone with that spider. But other than that, nope. This was, downstairs was not for me. I much preferred the castle groups. I played at the castle group. You can get on the computer. I played the castle group with a shaman for the longest time. And it was, I think it was P99 to be honest with you. But you'd never run out of group there. I mean, everybody wanted the slow, so it was pretty good. So I really never noticed how OP the dang Fate Caller. I never even heard of that. 38.45. Okay. So I've got the Epic, so not really a fair comparison. But that would turn this thing into, so that's 60. Okay, so you're looking at 76.45. Just as enchanted, but still 38.45 is a hell of a ratio for a standard weapon back in the day. That's actually really, what is it called? The lore of it? Acts of Violent Ends. The bait caller. Cool, dude. I like that. I like finding new stuff that I've never seen before. And we are finding a lot of names down here too. Maybe that was the appeal of it back in the day, was just trying to, you know, cruise gear out of it. See, we don't need this stuff. That's crazy. Just the standard gear I got from Plane of Fear, the Lustrous armor, and of course, pretty much on par with the Umbral armor, has been something that I have not been able to replace. And all of my time I spent in Kunark, and now all my time that I'm spending, I'm going to be spending in Velious. We'll see though. I know that when you get into the Giants, you start getting some definite better gear. I know you get better jewelry for sure. And I'm hoping that I can get either the SK breastplate or legs from Track, or the Bard breastplate. Like, I don't really care either one. But those are going to be obviously an upgrade to the planar, or, you know, the planar stuff. And as much as I don't want to, I did look into the Plane of Sky stuff, and it looks like there are some upgrades there, especially for SK. There's a good belt that's got some really good stats on it as far as like dex and things like that. The Bard has some cool stuff there. So we may end up having to look into that as well, even though I really don't want to like farm Sky. I'm just not really a huge fan of farming Sky. We may have to do it. Bow of the Ice Paw. 50/50. You know, that's not bad either for a bow. Like if you wanted just a heavy hitter bow, like to pull with or something, that would be a pretty good heavy hitter bow. Yeah, because that would make it like 150. Because I think it doubles the damage whenever you enchant it and go to legendary. So yeah, that would be kind of a crazy hitting bow. Why is that just Ice Paw? I wonder if that's like a named. No. Okay. So we're getting close to super long name over here. Because he's near the specters. I will say this though, just based on the HP pool of Velks alone, I think that the bosses we're going to have to be fighting in Kale, and if we're going to try to do Plane of Growth at all, I mean, I feel like that's going to be a pretty big. Oops! Oh wow, okay. So he's got a book too. We're going to get 2 books. The Library of Velks Lab. See, Dol Johnny Jarnemorinar. Bet you this guy got made fun of in school. Look at that. See, they kind of started it with Velious. The marathon fights. And then they just tacked it on. They tacked it right on in Lukeland. The good news is that Plane of Power actually kind of went a different direction. Like, it almost felt like you had more fun getting up to the boss in the plains. I really liked like the old school style dungeon crawl through, like let's say the plane of fire or, you know, plane of water or whatever it may be to get to the end guy. And there was a little bit more mechanic stuff behind the bosses in Planes of Power as far as like what they do and things like that, which I really enjoyed that as well. The only one I didn't like was Plane of Earth. Just didn't like it. The boss circle in Plane of Earth is just very, very frustrating. Maybe it wasn't with a whole group of people, but it is abundantly frustrating doing it solo. Having to try to peel one of them off, reset, peel one of them off, reset, and half the time they don't reset properly, and it was a huge pain. So I don't know how we're going to do that on this character, but we will definitely give it the goer's go. I feel like the only way we're going to be able to do it is pull all of them in a group. Maybe like try our best to snare one if they're even snareable. That's another thing, if they're even snareable. Stun one maybe, and then immediately fade and let the others try to get away from it long enough or far enough to where we could like maybe pull one out. I don't know. I'm just hoping they're snareable. That's going to be what we're going to hope for. It's just snareability. Because without it, I don't know how we're going to do that. So with this guy, we have taken out the heavy hitters of Velks. So, nothing too terrible. Ooh, okay, let's see. I don't think. Dang, I actually really like the stats better on that though. But I don't like that we have to lose AC to do it. So if we legendary this, we'll be able to pick up some decks. We'll lose 2, more strength, of course stamina, which is HP. We'll lose, I don't care, agility, attack, 1 extra attack, and serpent sight, which I don't. Well, I guess that's another clicky. So let's just put that over here just in case we decide that we're not going to get rid of it. Frost covered tomb, don't care, but 52 PP I do care about. So there's that. Hey, wait a minute. The Brood Mother. Okay. Never seen the Brood Mother before. Kind of a funny story for everybody. I was in a group one time sitting in Corner's Castle, and I remember this to this day. And this is years and years, like forever ago. This guy was sitting there and he was like, hey, I want everybody to sit here and think about something for a second. What if you were minding your own business in your own castle and somebody ran around the corner and just like threw an arrow at you or shot an arrow at you or whatever it may be, or threw a shuriken at you. So you chase him down, you know, knowing that this guy's in your castle, you know, threw something at you, and then you turn the corner and it's just him and a group of friends just beating the crap out of you. Like, and that's pretty much pulling in a nutshell anywhere you go in EverQuest. Like you go into their home and then you just throw rocks at them, and then as they follow you, you and your friends just beat the crap out of them when they come around the corner. I thought that was really funny. Maybe I have a weird sense of humor, but I thought that was extremely funny. Okay, so for a monk, that would be actually really good. Starting off at level 20, you're doing... What is the proc rate? Oh, okay, it has a regular proc rate, but still... Resist cold and ice, okay. But still, that's a huge proc for that level. Value 150 PP. Yeah, thanks. That's like 300 right there. Appreciate you. I know where I'm going if I ever want to start one of those people that like works with spider silk. Large shard. The Brood Master. Must be different than the Mother. So we actually got an upgrade this run. The Frozen Ifriti boots. And I'm really digging that because I was starting to get a little depressed. We haven't been really finding any upgrades. Well, I mean, since obviously playing a Fear. So I'm hoping that it looks like maybe Velious is going to turn that around, because if I can find upgrades in Velks Lab, I can definitely find upgrades in, you know, Plane of Growth, Plane of Mischief, Kale. I know that there's a whole nother zone called Cobalt Scar that has a big dragon in it underwater. Siren's Grotto is another one that should be more towards endgame Velious that will have, you know, hopefully some stuff. And I think it actually has Bard stuff in it, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure, though. For some reason, the name Siren's Grotto and Bard go together. Maybe it's because I'm thinking that Siren sings. Legendary. Whereas I like the strength. Yeah, I'm not going to lose the, like half the AC. Is this another one of those? These things are valuable as heck. So I'll tell you what, maybe I was wrong not hunting down here before, because it seems like these things are dropping crazy amounts of gems and whatnot. The brood how is there this many brood masters? A lot of chiefs, very few Indians, you know? Maybe they're rival spider gangs. By the way, I want to get a new cam that like does the whole like, oh, I'm not in the screen anymore, like not me, but like the background, like almost like a green screen thing. Or do people just use green screens? I'm kind of new to the cam thing. I went years and years without using it. I don't know if it was just insecurity or I have no idea. Now I just don't care. If you hate the way I look, I guess it's fine. But I was hoping to get like a better one, because I've got one of those ones that I bought for work. You know, you take it and you use it. Before I retired, I was using it for like online meetings, things like that. So it's not, I wasn't investing in that. I didn't care if they saw me clear or not, or 4K or whatever. Oh, okay, so they have the same loot pool. But still, like, it's kind of cool that there's, you know, numerous of them if you were looking for something in particular. I've not looted this for, okay, so 1 copper. Lame, not want to loot that. Because there's more of these. Ooh, hello. You look big. Oh, just a champion. Here we go. Marlek Ice Paw. Okay. It's going to be hard to replace our cloak because we got the legendary Cloak of Flames. So I don't know that you're going to be able to replace that one. Okay, so it looks like we are to the end of this journey. Oh, what in the world? Vertical tunnel up to castle. Oh, I'm literally running out of air. Like this is... Oh, just invisible water. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So I do see some more names, it looks like, maybe in this place somewhere. So let's go looking around real fast just while we're here. There's no sense in leaving if there's names here. Take these guys. Go up the stairs. Okay. There's several levels to this, and going up you run into a floor after floor after floor of bad guys. So I don't know if there's bosses up there, like names wise. It looks like one of them is over here. I will say this though, just going through the different zones and exploring, I haven't had to do a whole lot of AA grinding lately. It's basically just been exploration, and then, you know, as you're going around looking and, you know, trying to find upgrades and things like that, I'm actually getting plenty of AAs to where I haven't had to be like, hey, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and spend the day grinding and all that other stuff. Like, I haven't had to do that in a bit, actually, so it's kind of nice. Getting plenty of progression forward. Oh my gosh, I don't remember going up this far. Maybe it did, though. Okay, so it looks like we're at the top. And it looks like it was just gargoyles, so... we'll go ahead and just finish these guys off, and then we'll go up here to Arjoli. Oh, we do have it named in here. Medjilmore. So I don't know. Oh, I'm on him right now. Okay, let's move. That way I'll know where his body's at. See, the mini boss guys, they don't really seem to have any HP. But then you go to the big boss guys and it's like, bam. You see a drastic difference in difficulty. But I guess that makes sense because the mini bosses are designed for a group and yeah, I'm an idiot. The big guys are designed for a raid. Gotcha. Alright, let's get this guy over here first. Ooh. Eh. That sucks. There we go. Tell you what though, we're gonna walk out of here with a lot of money, which is good. Probably a couple of K. Which obviously I wasn't expecting, so that's a really good surprise. Is it this way? Maybe up here? I don't think so. No. Oh, okay, maybe he's like special down here? Because that's Crystal Sentinel, Crystal Guardian. Where is this named at? It looks like he's right below us or right above us. I don't know. I have a clue. I don't even remember seeing that guy ever. So. Ripley. Oh, you know what? It looks like he's in like a small cave. Maybe? Maybe no, not downstairs. I don't know. So this one allows me to bypass all their stuff like dodge, block, parry, and riposte, all the way up to 75%. So that's huge. Huge, huge, huge. I don't know why I didn't get that one before. I guess I just didn't, read it or whatever, but that's definitely going to be next on the list. Bow show. I got a few more points into my tracking AA. Something. Where'd it go? Tuna Pursuance. And I did not know how much 20 extra points in the tracking would do. I'm picking up things way farther now on the map than I was before. So if you get a chance to get like additional tracking on something that already has it but only goes to like 100 or something, definitely pick it up. Worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it. I'll eventually max, well, I'll eventually max all of them out, to be honest with you, but I'll eventually max that out and see if, just how far I can see. Oh my gosh. Okay, well here he is. And to think I was almost going to leave without killing him. Ooh, 20 AC wrist. Okay. 20 AC wrist, not even enchanted yet. But you do lose a lot of saves. No attack, no dex. We're definitely taking it. We're going to look at it when it's enchanted and see if anything changes, but we'll have to see if that's better or not. But that's it, guys. That's Velks Lab. So next time we'll pick out another Velious zone. Try to go with something a little more challenging this time and see what we can do. But as always, thank you for watching, and thank you guys so much for getting to 700 subscribers. I had no idea that was even possible this year. So the fact that we got it before June is huge to me, and I want to thank every single one of you for it. And you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video.